Hey everybody, it's Edwardo here with your final results of the DraftStream alpha test game. So who is going to ride off into the sunset as the winner? Shocking. It is Gamble 24x7. G24, the homie, squeaks out a 3-point win over Jaybird, the one-time CINEMADRAFT alpha test all-time money winner, who was just 7 points ahead of the valiant Henner YYZ. Some Canadian on Canadian crime right there. Well fought. Came down to the end. Very closely battled. As far as the low ball goes, Idemo, as we found out on the last update, was disqualified for not having 3 actors from 3 different titles. So it looks like I did win something. I won the final low ball bonus, but as it'd be essentially paying myself, in my magnificent beneficence, I shall reward it to the next lowest call sheet, a man who needs no more money. It's Gamble 24x7. Another $50, $150 haul taken in for first and low ball bonus. Well done, my guy. Well done. Now, how impressive is that feat by G24, the homie? Well, as I mentioned, he ends the DraftStream alpha test as the all-time winning player. Here it is, read and weep. Just $20 shy of $2,000 over our, I think, about 40 weeks in the game, somewhere around there. And of the $7,560 that was given out and won by players, he took almost a third of it. So, well played right there. Also, this reminds me of during the CINEMADRAFT beta test previously, or actually the CINEMADRAFT alpha test, beta test. I think it was more like a beta. It was MVP. We had a working site up for about 11 months, and in that stretch of time, there he is again. The terror of Southern Nevada, Gamble 24x7, who had won $2,152.41 in our free-to-play game during the MVP phase about 3 years ago. Gosh, almost 4 years ago. So his combined lifetime winnings, I'm doing this live, I've never done this before, this is wild, is $4,132.41. He is taken off the CINEMADRAFT and DraftStream games. You might as well own equity in the company, damn it. He's part of the CINEMADRAFT family at this point. Well played, G24, well played. Hopefully you've put that $4,100 towards, I don't know, something useful like rent or car or student loan. I don't know. Anyways, congratulations to the all-time CINEMADRAFT and DraftStream money winner. All right, so how'd he do it in the final stretch? Well, first let's take a look at what perfection looks like. Our perfect call sheet is 1379.96. As you may have noticed, the scores retrenched some down the stretch. We were well over 1,400, and they kind of just clenched up as some unexpected late arriving scores really did swing, put pressure on these scores downward. I'll show you what I mean in a second. So first, perfection. And it's going to be, I hate it when I don't do this. Let's sort this. Yes, I'm that anal. There we go. All right, so it's a headliner stack from Bigfoot Family, a headliner from Ginny and Georgia. Now, we've seen a lot more Ginny and Georgia earlier, but I'll get to that in a second. An optimal stack. The return of the optimal stack. 2 headliners, a co-star, and a day player. The optimal stack of Knight of the Kings. 10K got you almost 15x. And then headliner stack from Snowfall's excellent Season 4 premiere and headline from Till Kingdom Come. Now, here's what was weird about Ginny and Georgia, because we over-indexed on that generally as a player pool, which is why these scores are probably a little bit depressed. I know I certainly did. I went all in. I had a bifurcated strategy of just half Ginny and Georgia and half Snowfall. Truly feast and famine, stars and scrubs, and it just did not turn out. And it got even worse today because get this. This I did not realize. I did not realize the drama behind Ginny and Georgia. Check this out. Taylor Swift calls out Netflix, Ginny and Georgia for deeply sexist joke about her. Now, I didn't look it up. I didn't really care about it. Oh, hold on. It says, Taylor Swift slams Netflix show Ginny and Georgia for sexist joke about her dating history. I haven't seen the show. I haven't seen the joke. I'm just going to take a wild guess. Something about how the men in her life, or the previous boyfriends in her life, become song fodder. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know what the joke was about, but that's all it took for the Swifties to come out in force. This was somewhere at like, what was it, 85, 90 something percentage like the show, and it got beaten down to the 58%, I believe, at time of score collection. So this took a huge tumble, probably on the back of the Swifties. Her fans are legion. They do not play. And they totally beat down that score. Yeah, down to 58 versus I think it was the high 80s earlier. Maybe it might have even been 90. I don't know. So that's unfortunate, but that was enough to bring the perfect score down somewhat. And G24's winning call sheet had an optimal stack of Ginny and Georgia. So that definitely tamped down his score. Headliner from Close Enough. Nice. Headliner stack from Knight of Kings. I totally slept on that. Headliner stack from Snowfall. I like it. And then a headliner, Tyler Hoechlin from Superman and Lois. Jaybird just missing out by 3 points. Mirrored the optimal stack from Ginny and Georgia. It was the Beartown. It was a 2v2. His Beartown headliner stack did okay. I mean, it made value, just barely. But if it had gotten just even a little bit more, it could have squeaked it out. And then the third place call sheet, Henner YYZ, kind of came in the middle of the season and performed valiantly. I think he had several third place scores under his belt. Actually, how'd you end up, Henner? Yeah, came in third place in Money One at $160. So well done. Although quite a gap between these top two, and actually, I mean, just the gap between G24 and everyone else. But no, but third place overall in the money. Congratulations. Actually, I'm sorry. And I thought we had actually spent $7,500. This must be from. Oh, of course. Let me just fix this while we're here, like a dummy. There we go. It's okay. This is much better. All right. Yeah. So actually, of the 3758, G24 took half of all prize money went to the Gamble 24x7. That is truly wild. All right. So, anyways, back to Henner YYZ's call sheet. Is this the one? No, number 2. There we go. 1331. And he too had a Beartown headliner stack. Also went with the Ginny and Georgia. And honestly, Ginny and Georgia was just a good play. I mean, at least you need to have at least an optimal stack to have a shot at winning, just for the pure savings. I mean, you're not even spending, you know, 20, 3 grand. You're barely spending 22 grand to get 4 players, get 4 actors, leaving 80 something, almost 80 something thousand left in salary for you to pay up for the Snowfalls and the Bear Towns, and even Superman and Lois. So, well constructed. His differentiation was Knight of Kings. He only had 1, where he probably needed 2 instead of Bear Town. Although I like the construction of his call sheet. Obviously he did much better than I did. So hats off to you, enter YYZ, and enjoy those is it $30? It was, yep, $30. Okay, cool. All right. And then let's see a couple of my final call sheets. Stumbling into 8th. And that was me going all in on Ginny and Georgia, a little bit of Beartown, a little bit of Minari, and then a 3-pack of Snowfall, which, in retrospect, seeing how this started out at 118 and eventually it kind of inched its way back down to about just under 117. I mean, as far as, bang for your buck, I could have done without Minari. I actually thought it'd go a little higher. What I did miss out on was the fact that it's been out for a while. It probably hit like the festival circuit, or it might have been one of those movies that people actually released into theaters like dummies, and people had actually gone out to see it. But 10,000, which is a super duper sample size, 10,000 reviews on IMDb, this number ain't moving. It'd take a lot for this number to move. So that was a miscalculation on my part, and it cost me dearly. All right. So, other interesting call sheets. Let's take a look at Livewire real quick. Our girl Kia Davis. And yeah, even though she had only the 1 day player, which I like, Don't Waste Your Pretty seemed to be a waste of call sheet space. Minari was fine, but could have performed better. Knight of Kings, I like this. This is good. And then Ski Bum, the Warren Miller story, was a little too expensive for the points it ended up arriving at. Doesn't even make value at 16,000 for 133 points. And the United States of Billie Holiday, which now I actually want to see now that Andra Day has won a Golden Globe for it, but this one totally underperformed. Only 73.35 base points, 88.02 for your co-star. Does make value, but just barely, and then a triple stack of Till Kingdom Come. But thank you for playing the game, Livewire. We definitely appreciate your data. And now for actually the lowball call sheet perfection. The perfect lowball call sheet looks like a day player stack of Brutal Bridesmaids, Ski Bum for the salary, apparently, a 3 stack of The Pond, and then, sadly enough, my childhood favorite cartoon, a 4-day player stack of Tom and Jerry. And I started the movie. I don't know, it might have to be one of those ones that I watch. It's like 4 a.m, I've finished working, and I just need something to put me to sleep. Tom and Jerry might be that movie. So that's what perfection looks like. I didn't even get that close, but I do like my call sheet for it. I had High Rise Invasion, which, anime slowly kind of slept on. This was a no-brainer here. Millennials, this all-black platform, I'd never heard of it in my life. Nobody covered it, so it came in as a full defaulter. So this was always secure. And Ski Bum, twice, just for that salary, because everything else was super duper cheap. 3-pack of The Pond, and Divine Joy Randolph. I like her as an actor. Very funny, always has a good presence to her. She helped round out my lowball winning call sheet. So we must defer to G24. He gets the $50 lowball bonus. And he got close enough with Biggie, I Got a Story to Tell, which I've actually started watching, I think about halfway through, and it's solid. I didn't realize how much I missed Biggie. And there may be, a few people who watch this or listen to this strategy pod, who didn't have the joy of having the Notorious B.I.G. in their cognitive active life. Maybe he was before they were born. Maybe they were too young to fully appreciate the man who was born ready to die. But man, I didn't realize how much I missed Biggie and how talented he was, especially as a freestyle artist, until I've seen this Netflix biography on him. So anyways, it's worth checking out. This score actually, and as I kind of predicted a little bit, I mean, the scores got better as the weekend went along, because it did generally essentially release just late last night, midnight, Monday, midnight, last night. So people have only had about maybe less than 24 hours to absorb it. But yeah, it's definitely the people's champ. I mean, we've missed him. It got like was it 98? 98 Google user score. We were totally ready for it. 71 here, and then then these are, this is middling to decent review. So if you're a hip hop fan, definitely check out Biggie, I Got a Story to Tell. And here we go. And what else? Ski Bump, Punky Brewster. That one was pretty DOA, but apparently there's enough nostalgia out there to keep Punky above a 69.50 default score. And then, yeah, Heapin' Helpin' of Billie Holiday. So if you're interested in seeing how all this shook out, the master score sheet, the master score list is still here for you. It's an interesting resource of essentially the past 10 months worth of, actually 11 months really, of TV streaming data. 890 entries. You can see how the scores differed over the stretches of time as we refined our scoring strategy. And it's a cool resource. I mean, feel free to make use of it in your lives. It's open to the public. And I guess we kind of got to bring this in for a landing, y'all. The future of CINEMADRAFT and DraftStream is extremely bright. We are taking some time off to fundraise a little to finish development. And once we finish acquiring the funds for development, we will be able to, I guess, do the final about 4 to 6 weeks worth of development. Maybe we'll take a couple of months to do that. Looking at most likely summer at the earliest. Not exactly predicting a great big summer movie season in the theaters, so it most likely will be our DraftStream only product, which is fine. I think we successfully made the pivot, and you all really, really were instrumental in helping us refine the game mechanics of a streaming-only, streaming-focused game. It's pretty cool. We picked up some cool features that we will definitely be integrating into the CINEMADRAFT game proper. And I mean, it's been a lot of fun, everybody. I mean, I love giving away this little bit of money for your time. I do appreciate the fact that you guys are busy people and have taken it upon yourselves to help a brother out. I mean, seriously, like, even though it was a copy-paste, thing every week, I really do appreciate you helping a brother out. I mean, data is everything sometimes when it comes to tech, and just getting the data back and what worked, what didn't work, and just getting a nice, big thing of data to draw from. It really helped my salary making, so I will definitely be referencing this in the future when it comes to creating salaries for the web app version of the DraftStream game hosted by CINEMADRAFT LLC at www.cinemadraft.co. Yeah, and speaking of, I guess we'll leave it the way we... Nope, don't want to see that. I guess we'll leave it the way we came. Back on our homepage, cinemadraft.co. Daily fantasy, but for the movies and streaming content. And I know I've said it a dozen times, but I really am grateful for you all. Thanks for helping us out these last 11 months. It has truly been a joy to work on this. It's been a lot of work. I will not miss all the data entry to an extent but I will miss knowing what to watch every week. So hopefully we'll get this back to you guys sooner than later with a web app version of the game. And thanks to the team, the CINEMADRAFT team, who's been working behind the scenes to make this happen for you guys. This is CINEMADRAFT, man. This is us. We're working on this for you guys. Hopefully we'll be back sooner than later. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks everybody for playing. I guess we'll see you when we see you. See you this summer, hopefully. Holla at your boy.